I'm looking at the way nature organizes itself visually. So I'm looking at the patterns that you see in nature. And in doing that, you realize that a lot of this is mathematical. And so there are a lot of people that have already looked into the mathematics of natural organization. And so that's referred to as fractal patterns. And they have certain characteristics of like repetition and scaling in that repetition. So these fractal patterns are really all around us in nature. They're really how nature organizes itself. And so it's this wonderful balance between things that are chaotic, but then things that are organized. You are invested and intrigued, but you're calm and relaxed because there's an underlying structure. And these patterns are everywhere. So trees grow in a fractal structure, right, from 1 to 2, and then from each again. It's the same way that marble veining works, same way that bark grows, same way that our eyes scan spaces to understand our surroundings. It's really easy to find this in nature. And then the modernist spaces that we're creating, these flat and plain and clean lines, just negate so much of that. And if those clean lines aren't surrounded by nature, which was what happens in our urban spaces, then you've lost that patterning forever and all the well-being that comes with it. Recently, I had the good fortune of meeting Courtney down at the Fine Art Library. We found a space within the Fine Art Library to put up a temporary exhibition. What's currently down there is these massive pieces of fabric, and on them, sewn by hand, is this fractal pattern. The reason that this whole project came about was because I was interested in the craft behind fractal patterns. So a lot of traditional ornamentation within traditional cultures drew a lot of inspiration from nature, and by extension drew inspiration from fractal patterning. And so I was trying to speak to that aspect of fractal patterning, the craft of ornament, and that craft that's been slowly eroded with our modernist styles. There's physiological and psychological well-being attached to viewing these fractal patterns, and that's what I've been building off of. And so what I'm trying to do with my interior design background is understand the fractal nature of these patterns, try to emulate those characteristics in a designerly way in order to enhance our well-being in our interior spaces. My name is Noor Danielle Murteza. I'm an MFA candidate at the Department of Design.